And we are back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 11, episode 16. We will be talking about the first 2 days of the LEC 2024 summer split, as the LEC 2024 summer split kicked off beginning on Friday. And we're going to be talking about the Friday games as well as the Saturday games. And then on the Cloud9 podcast episode on Thursday coming up this week, then we will be going over Monday's games as well as talking about, what is our general thoughts and opinions on the LCS coming up this week, because the LCS will be beginning this week coming up, actually. And we'll be doing a tier list as well. And I know we were doing basically kind of a tier list for the LEC, but it's going to be something to talk about, later on as well. And to be fair, it's such a small sample size of games right now. Usually by the second week and toward the end of the third week, you kind of know who's going to be advancing to playoffs and what's going to be a general strength level, for the LEC currently so far. But I just want to say thank you to every single person that came out and watched, the previous episode that we did. Thank you so much. I have been working on other content. I know I said I have the other Eric July Tractor videos to do. I have now 2 so far. Based off the first one that I had, and then I have like the other one that I have to do based off the other situation that ended up happening this past weekend. So yeah, thank you, Riley, for giving me some extra content to talk about. But yes, outside of that, I have other topics, and I can just clip out of the Iron Man podcast and upload those as videos, because as you guys know, the Iron Man podcast is coming back to YouTube very, very soon. We'll have our 500 episode special creep up on us in no time at this point, and that's going to kick off something pretty awesome for you guys. But tonight, what's going to be pretty interesting for you guys is, given the circumstance surrounding my position in X, you guys may actually get another episode of the Iron Man podcast. It's not just me and Professor Savage Dad, because we usually do Sunday Fun Day together. So if you guys don't know, I got suspended on X for telling someone to go jump in a lake. Yeah, I got suspended on X for 6 days for telling someone to go jump in a lake. So I want people to be back on X to like, comment, retweet. And for anyone that's not following me, I can't DM them back. So that's going to make like getting the one-on-ones that I potentially have with some people a little harder, because, well, if I can't DM you to ask you like 20 minutes in advance, like, hey, are you ready? Are we still good to go or whatever? It's going to be a situation to go over, actually. So yeah, I'll get back on X very soon when that's over. But yes, apparently you can't tell someone to go jump in a lake. People are just fucking pussies these days. But joining me here today in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast to talk about the LEC 2024 summer split kicking off. And we'll go over a little bit of LPL as well. I've watched a good amount of the game so far. It's been a wild ride. Mr. Blanks, what's up, man? How you doing?
Much, just chilling, man.
You've been making some more videos too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Now you're on a roll. Now you gotta make another one. There you go. See, you got 3 in a row now.
I got videos coming out. I got the one about I got a bunch about YuGiOh. And I realized with the last 2 Pokemon ones, I'm main channel's gonna be YuGiOh and some other videos like where I talk about like random stuff. I'm gonna keep the Pokemon ones to the Pokemon channel, and I'm gonna advertise that more on Twitter. I was like, okay, let me just put out the Pokemon video to see if it gets traction. It gets traction, but it's not like I realized. Okay, I realized 2 things. If I'm gonna do a video about a tournament, it's gotta be 24 hours before the tournament comes out, or at least 24. even 48, like, because I'm not big like some other poke YouTubers. Because a lot of like YouTubers are damn near at 1 million subs. A lot of them, like head-to-head battles, just crossed 200. I think Cali Fat got about 250. Sam's about to hit 1 million. I know Simply Unlucky about 600 out. Yeah, that's when I realized, okay, I'm gonna have to put it out earlier because I think the person that has the highest for Pokemon TCG, because VGC is Wolfie, and he has about, I think he has 1 million. VGC, I'm not sure about Pokemon Go content. I know TCG content is close to 1 million. Both of them are close to 1 million. Or no, sorry, no. Pokemon VGC is close to 1 million. TCG is like, I want to say 150,000. That's only like 2 channels because like most of them have a start. Like most of them are either new or like the TCG didn't really blow up to after COVID. Because I always knew like TCG was able to get like 1,000. I remember now they're hitting 2,600 people in tournaments. They will only hit that for like ICs. Now they're hitting that for regionals. It's like depending on where the regionals at. Like, cause I know people were discussing where regionals should come back to. Hartford or Boston. I'm like, either one doesn't matter. I'm gonna be in that bitch. Like if there's a regional between Boston and DC, I'm hopping on the Amtrak. Like I'm hopping on the motherfucking Amtrak. Like I'm taking that Friday off, and I'll leave Sunday night because the last Amtrak out of Boston is 9:30. It'll get me home 3 o'clock in the morning. I know. Actually, I mean, depending on who comes from a local. If a bunch of us are driving up, I'll drive up with them. All the good stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's amazing. I'm just playing a lot more Pokemon. More in person.
I'll ask you. What do you think the main audience is there on your YouTube channel right now? Do you think it's mostly just Yu-Gi-Oh? That's why you're just going to be sticking with that?
It's just Yu-Gi-Oh! And people say, "Oh, you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! As much." I'll still talk about it because the one thing I've realized is I still like talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! But playing it right now, I've been playing more Edison format online and Go format. I
would say your Pokemon content you put out recently has it gotten some traction. Because this is what I told you back when you first started. When you're like this small, you could just switch it up and it's not going to matter.
That's what I'm thinking about too. But it's
that's the thing. If you just keep making Pokemon content from this moment right here forward, the reason why it's not going to matter is because you're already small. You have this opportunity right now to switch it up if you want, and then make another channel separate just for Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what I would do, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, do I flip the second channel to Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, I would say do that. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Well, okay, I'll keep Mr. Blinks as this one
because you already have some content there that has some traction. The thing that would be a red flag is if it had no traction. If it had so your last videos got what I think. Let me see. I haven't checked the total turnout. So about after a couple days, it's about that does make sense for a channel. I would just say keep doing it because the other ones you did were fine too. Those other ones had traction there. It's just you gotta teach the audience that it has to. You're gonna be doing this as a more of a consistent thing. What I would do is I would just do another channel update video and say, hey, this is kind of what the channel is gonna be. And then another free video right there for you to do and be like, hey, I'm going to make a second channel for Yu-Gi-Oh! This one's going to be all Pokemon. Because the Pokemon videos you did gain traction, even the ones you put out a year ago. So it's not like people don't know you don't want to do Pokemon. It's just they don't know which to check out because they don't know what you're.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, do I just keep. Because part of me wants to bring everybody over to the new channel and do the Pokemon Lair. Yeah. Where I could build that all because it's like I remember
he used to do that. I remember he used to have his shorts. He used to do the short through his IRL. He hadn't done that in a while.
Yeah, that was easy. That was easier because that was more of an event. That was me. I was able to. Okay, it's crazy thing is when I worked on the weekend, all I did was watch the YCSs because I had nothing to do at work. I was able to update each round. Oh, top 32 is this because it's easier for me to do at work when it makes no sense, but do you hear me understanding? when I'm at work, it's easier for me to update the information. But when I'm on the road, like
Yeah.
when I was actually at the tournaments or when I was like at local, it wasn't easy as me because I was playing. That's why it's one of those things where it's like I was able to do the shorts, and that got a lot of traction because I was quick. I was like, all right, got the information, put it out fast, put the video up top 32. I was one of the faster people to do it. I was like, because I was at work, about like I would do the video at work. Sometimes I would do it like a blanket thumbnail, get home, touch it up a little bit, and then boom, put the video out like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I remember because someone asked me recently about I go back to playing what was it? YuGiOh. I was like not the advanced format. Like and I call advanced format as what the actual format is called, but people just know it as the meta.
That's just regular Yu-Gi-Oh for most people.
But it's actually called what I play.
Well, look at head-to-head battles, like you said. You know, they went from more or less so a regular Yu-Gi-Oh channel, which try to provide like competitive analysis on some things, but then they realized their views just tripled if they did like some geeky anime bullshit from the anime.
Geeky anime plus don't forget Susu got banned for 2 years.
Yeah. It also helps if your channel has a hot lady you could just put in the thumbnail because Yu-Gi-Oh players just click on any videos.
Hot lady who's also good at Yu-Gi-Oh. That and no offense to Logan from Crush Cards, but Jen was actually good at Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, Logan was good too, but Jen's voice is appealing more. Like sometimes when you hear Logan's voice from Crush Cards early in the morning, it fucks you. I was like, who the fuck is talking like that? Like sometimes I'll fall asleep, wake up and hear Lily Peach's voice.
Well, it'd be like if Lennon lived in your town and she was helping, like if she helped you do content, if you would just put her face in videos, because that would just make people click a lot more.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because Yu-Gi-Oh players are so thirsty for women. Like seeing any girl in the thumbnail, they'll just be fucking clicking repeatedly.
I teach my girlfriend how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like sound like it gotta be clicked.
The face down position.
Yeah, you know,
one.
Like her favorite deck are trap cards because she likes to, be face down. Nope. That's nope. Sorry, children. I would have to have a disclaimer for all my videos.
Allegedly, this is.
Yeah, man. She likes her cards like her, her face down. Yep.
Yeah, like that's just for me. I'm gonna do I think the audience said they want me to do a gaming channel where I just do like the gaming stuff there. I just have to make it. It's not that hard. I just gotta end up putting it out there. But that's essentially it. But right now, like that's what I would do if you honestly think that you can get more consistent content like that with Pokemon than Yu-Gi-Oh. I would just because the thing is for Yu-Gi-Oh, unless you're doing something like the news when it keeps updating itself or like market watches, there's not much you can do consistent content on. It's why I'm doing market watches. It's something I can just consistently do because prices were always changing. And people do like meta analysis, but like that's not something that I mean, those are kind of boring after a while, because they're like kind of the same shit.
I'm gonna tell you why in Yu-Gi-Oh it is, Pokemon is not. Pokemon, think about it. We went into this medicine game, Raging Bolt, Overbond, Dragapult, Lugia, 3 best decks. Guess what deck got to the final? Guess what the top 8 decks were? Lost Box and Gardevoir. 8 decks in the top 8. 6 of them was Gardevoir. Who had Gardevoir, let alone be in second place? Who had lost? Besides me, because I'm a prophet. Now, I'm not a prophet, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm not the best player, but I know how to read the meta. It's the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! That's how I knew like Snake Eyes was going to be busted with or without Fire King. Fire King makes it stronger, but not more consistent. That's why you go with more consistency in the strengths. And once they ban the other cards, it's like when you look at Pokemon, it was like, what? Yeah, that's how I knew Mew VMAX was going to win World. That's how I knew a Rogue deck was going to win NAIC last year. Even though I wasn't really to Pokemon at that moment of time, I knew whatever deck you said was going to win is not going to win. And a lot of times, that's how Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh are. Like right now, like no deck's gonna be able to compete. Oh, Tempest Dragon flopped. Yeah, it's gonna flop when you got a deck that's more consistent. Tempest's not at full power yet. That's people want Tempest Dragon to be so bad because it's cheap. It is good. People low key don't want to say this. They like Snake Eyes format to a certain degree, like because it's expensive.
That's what happens in Yu-Gi-Oh a lot too, where like a format could be like so bad by a lot of people's whatever, like how they speak. Then the next one will come out and it'll just be even worse. Right, then they'll want that other format back, and it's like I don't think people know what the hell they want
because like Tempest breaks the game because it does this and this and this, and it has a field spell that makes it that you can't interact with the dragon to the battle phase. Turn off half the hand traps. In a sense, I was like, okay, and then you have what? Yeah, because there's people now talking about, oh, I love Turtle before. I was like, what the fuck? Y'all motherfuckers was not saying that 2 years ago. Y'all motherfucker, I know y'all motherfuckers was not saying that. Because y'all said this Taylorless is what real Taylorless Shizu format. I was one that loved Taylorless Shizu, but I didn't like the gameplay. The gameplay made me not want to play Yu-Gi-Oh. It was just, oh my god. It was luck based. It became luck based. It's like whatever card you build off the top would determine who wins the game. I'm like, and I didn't like that. I like the design of it, but not the way it actually, not the way it was executed. I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this. That's why I played Flu for a bit, took that format off, came back, Cashier. I wanted to play Cashier because I love that lore that we used to start from Cashier. I saw the way Cashier could be played, and it's Taylor and Cashier. Two decks I wanted to play. I saw the way I could have played just like Rudik. Rudik, all right, cool. It interactive spell cards, quick plays that you can interrupt your opponent. People turn into a stud deck. I'm like, oh, here we go. And this is why I tell people. This is why I say players are going to be the reason that Yu-Gi-Oh is going to suck. It's not the cards to a certain degree. You abuse the fuck out of it way. It doesn't need to really be abused because you want to make it degenerate and say, oh, this card's broken. I was like, yeah, because you're the one that said, oh, let me put all these degenerate cards together to make my deck even more powerful, and then act surprised when the card gets banned. No, motherfucker. Like when
people creating like all these FTKs, and they're like, why do all these cards get hit? Because there was like a fucking motherfucker that would always pop with an FTK randomly. I remember randomly Gem Knight FTK was a thing back when that year.
FTK, Slash Draw FTK, Firewall FTK.
Wasn't Jesse Cotton? He's the one that did the whole Slash Draw
thing first. Yeah. The Gumblar loop, no one noticed it until one day. It was like, oh, we need to get these cards banned. I was like, no one was playing the card until you decided to make it loop because you wanted to win. You wanted to win that damn bad. I'm not saying winning at any cost is bad, but do not get surprised when your degenerate ass shit gets banned. Oh, no, you're not. Nigga, don't act like you surprised. Oh, I'm surprised they actually banned Firewall Dragon. After 2 fucking years, you guys complaining, we need to ban Firewall Dragon. And they finally banned it. And then, oh, the Rada sucks. Why is no one playing it? It's a flop. Yeah, ask for is banned. It gets a Rada. See, y'all like to be miserable. That's why I was like, Yu-Gi-Oh players are just fucking weird.
Yeah, it's like a never-ending cycle of constantly wanting to just.
And now we got people saying Snake Eyes is like, I miss Taylor format. Snake Eyes just miserable. It's like you got that, you got people. I remember this channel guy just said Kenny. But I saw his video today. He was like talking about Tempest Dragons, like the reason why Yu-Gi-Oh's in a horrible state. Have you fucking seen Snake Eyes? Half the time these guys are not even losing because of interactions. They're losing because I get hand trapped and my opponent top deck one card and just combos off because I got no hand traps in my hand. I'm like, that's not even Yu-Gi-Oh. That's literally just fucking poker at this point. I was like, oh, because I'm just draw. I got game. I'm going normal summon, popular special summons, get this, get flavor, get this, link off to IP this, get to Appaloosa for the games.
That's what I wanted to ask you too. Remember that thing I messaged you about what happened, and I was like, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
I don't know what was going on with that. Being honest, I just
yeah,
went through my Twitter follow list as I usually do to see like who's there, who's still like active to see like if that
yeah,
person's still following because I don't want to follow someone they're not following back. Like that's stupid, obviously.
yeah.
And I
I
look and
follow people, but sometimes I just meet people like if
oh
they
yeah,
if they spam to me shit, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I've muted Cole a couple times. Like, Cole, what the fuck are you sending me this shit for? I'm not, dude. I don't give a fuck about these people over in goddamn Middle East. The fuck that gotta do with me? I'll just mute them for like I will mute them for like a week and then or like 30 days sometimes. And it'll pop back up.
you
I'm
know
like,
how
okay.
because like I was going through some of them and I was like, you know what, I could message some of these people and I was because I always had that thought in the back of my head. I
Yeah.
could just do that and I was like, I really don't want to actually. It's
Oh
not
no.
yeah, it wouldn't go out very well. And then I noticed that a few of these other people weren't following me and I was like, the fuck I do to these people?
That's
Some
the thing.
Twitter banter back and forth. And
That
when I do like when I mean by Twitter banter back and forth, I don't mean like
yeah.
anything disrespectful. It's just harmless trash talk.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I do. That's mostly what I try to do. It's just harmless trash talk. I'm not trying to like disrespect anybody unless you're doing some real stupid shit. Then I'll take it that far. But like, it's like okay, see you later, goodbye. Less
Yeah.
of that in my life is good. You know, like what like. I really, unless someone tells me what I exactly did, I probably don't remember, honestly. There's too
Yeah.
much shit in life to be like having to remember, okay, make sure with this person I gotta interact differently. It's like, fuck that. Like, what the hell? I ain't got time for all that shit. Good lord. But the other thing I wanted to bring up, fucking hell, was League of Legends. Did you watch any of the LPL
Yeah.
games?
I watched some of them. Some of them
I watched some. Which
some of
ones
them
did
were
you
like
watch? I watched some of the RNG series, obviously. I watched
RG.
JDG, EDG. I watched that.
I watched BLG series. That's it. And there's RG and fuck. And one of them that was from a couple days ago. Some of these series put me to sleep. I was like, yeah, this shit's boring. These teams are trash.
Okay, there was one series where I think it was Weibo versus someone where
Oh, wait, is I
yeah,
know what series you're talking
where
about.
they literally couldn't end properly and they just got it turned around and then the next few games they ended it cleanly. EDG JDG was surprisingly somewhat close. That new EDG roster might be some potential there. I don't know yet because it's still so early on.
I would tell you this: they're going to put pressure on the top teams, but they're not going to make worlds. They'll definitely make
Hmm.
playoffs. They'll definitely make playoffs. And,
This EDG roster looks a lot stronger, I'll say.
yeah.
What RNG? This is the weird part about RNG this time around. RNG has a team that can get leads, but they are so bad at macro, they have no idea what to do. That's probably even worse. Is like you can get these leads, but you can't do anything with them because you're just so
Yeah.
bad at understanding how to play out the game. Like that's pretty much it. Looking at JDG right now, because a lot of people thought, oh well, when summer comes before the new split starts, they could just get some time off and kind of redefine how they play the game and figure out who's going to be like the clear win condition, all that stuff. Guys, it doesn't look like that. This JDG roster is just weaker than last year's by a significant margin. Like YuGiOh doesn't even look as strong as he did last year. Because if you're from JDG's point of view,
that's why BLG got rid of him.
Yeah. Yeah, you're thinking like, okay, if we get the same night that was on BLG, he looked pretty fucking good. But it seems like YuGiOh's just not really performing very well, or at least it's what he did last year with this roster, because, like, I don't think Missing is all that good with pairing up with Kanavi. Like, Flandre is okay. He's, like, okay at best.
Yeah.
I was never that high on him, even when he won Worlds. He's had peaks here and there that have been really good, but he's been okay mostly throughout his career. Ruler looks like he's still the best player on the team, but he's not getting that same level of appeal that he had when they had Knight. They're looking like they'll be a third place team in the LPL, honestly.
Third, fourth place. They're going to be fighting to get into Worlds.
Yeah, I think that's... sorry. For those 4 teams. Sorry, my bad. But
oh, yeah, 4
I
teams.
think they'll be... Yeah, I don't think they're winning the split or anything like
Oh
some people
God, no.
think. No,
Oh
no
God, no.
way. They might randomly beat a third place team and get like second,
They're
maybe.
going to be
But
no. They're going to be third. I don't see them being ahead of top esports right at this moment. But then again,
like I was watching them play, and I was like, man, it's looking like these guys just are here to just get not a paycheck, but it looks like they're just trying to just play out the best way they know how and just exist. I haven't seen most other teams yet so far. BLG look competitively like they're ramping. They're just taking their time right now in week one, because that's what I tell a lot of people when it comes to like these week ones, these early weeks of the split. It's hard to put too much stock into them versus not, because you're trying to play out the long game for playoffs, potentially winning the split, and then worlds, right? And then right now it's kind of like, okay, there are some games here and there that will matter for a lot of teams later on, because the LCK, when does the LCK start? I think the LCK starts this week too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have that to talk about later on. But let's go over the LEC. Yeah, so that's been it for the most part when it comes to like the LPL. I've watched RNG play, and my brain is just too much. It's just good lord. The level of macro these guys are showing right now is bad on lots of levels. Yeah. All right, LCK. When is LCK starting? LCK begins Wednesday, June 12th. So basically Tuesday leading into Wednesday. Opening match, man. These are the opening best of threes. Hanwha Life Esports versus D plus Kia. Nong Shit versus... They changed their name to Bank Fear X. B and K Fear X. That's their name now.
Oh, God.
Thursday's games. Kwangdong Freaks versus KT Rolster. Then Breon versus DRX. These matches are all like washes. Yeah. And then T1's first match is Nongshim. That's on Friday. Yeah. And Fear X is facing Genji. So Fear X has to face Nongshim, Genji in the first week. And then that's it for the most part.
That's 1-on-1 at most.
Yeah, and then I know T1 made a statement about their players. They're not going to stream anymore because of the constant DDoS attacks. So apparently it is still going on, actually.
Yeah, no, they can't stream anymore. What I saw, from what I've seen, is that they're just going to practice on their like other accounts.
Yeah, that's the only way you can do it. Yeah,
and then they're just no chatting, no nothing. They're just gonna play, and that's it. Yeah,
like that's the thing. I mean, because a lot of people thought, given their MSI performance, that they had the DDoS attacks to stop. But I was like, no, they probably just weren't as open with saying what was going on, because it gets looked upon like you're making an excuse. It's just how people look at it, but they're probably still going on, and they made a statement about it yesterday. And I was like, damn, that fucking sucks, because that's how players build brands, is they're able to stream. That's how you build interaction with the fucking community. They can't. I mean, they're gonna be popular regardless. This is how it is. But damn, that fucking sucks. You can't stream because you're gonna get constantly just fucked with as you stream. That's actually just insane. So hopefully the practice they get on their second, third, fourth accounts will be good enough. But I always tell people, when it comes to League and how you play the game is just like, I don't know. People gotta understand, given how certain days might be, you could have really good days and really bad days depending on how the level of solo queue is going. Because how some people say, "Oh, this guy just raged out in solo queue." It's like, have you played solo queue? Like, have you actually played solo queue? The solo queue is a place where if you fuck up my ranked games, I cuss you out. And people back in the day told me, why are you doing that? Because he's a piece of shit and he's ruining my game. Like, fuck that guy. Why is that if I say something, I'm the bad guy? He's the one ruining the game. If you want to go play buttfuck normals, go do that, where you can play Yorick support and run it, go 0-8. I'm not trying to have that in ranked.
Yeah,
and be like, well, I can carry. Anytime someone said that, they always fucking suck all the time.
Or I had one guy who actually did carry, but then literally threw because he missed the he had an ult. Could have if he hits the Jinx ult, he gets a quadra kill, misses it, gets killed, gets caught out. And then I can't bail him out because I'm on the other side helping the jungle. I'm like, do not roam by yourself. Because the bot lane's already gone because you decided to die early. Like, I'm like, oh my god, this guy's.
Yeah, like when I was playing ranked, the reason why I stopped was because not that I couldn't climb. I was just tired of people's bullshit. And then if you lose, you're the one that takes the blame for it. Even if you were the one that carried the game, even like you were the one who didn't do anything, all people see is your rank, and they go like, "Well, you must be bad because your rank is like this." It's like, do you know how to play solo queue properly? Like, do we exist in the same like sphere of this planet where like games are like determined better? Like people in our ARAM games that have no implications to anything, DC, just when a game is going south in a minute.
Yep.
In a minute, where the game's not even decided yet. We played a few days ago, and this fiddles. All I said, this is literally all I said. All I said was, "We still got this. It's kind of winnable." He was like, "Calm down, slime. It ain't that serious, bro." And I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" I have to give a motivational. I started put some motivation.
When he said, "Calm down, slime," I was like, "This, like, nigga, what set you claim? You call a nigga slime?"
I didn't do anything. All I said was, "Hey guys, we can kind of do this," but I realized we had no damn. Fuck that. These players are weird. That one time the guy on Garen ran it down on us. His name was Vote for Biden 2024. So should know his mental capacity wasn't there. All I said was, "Hey Garen, nice play there." He actually did a very good play. Intentional, unintentional, doesn't matter. I was like, "Oh, you did a good play." I was trying to be a nice person, and he was like, "Fuck you. I'm voting Biden." And just danced in front of us and just went 0-10.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything to this guy. He's just mentally deranged. He needs to be in a fucking asylum with a straitjacket on. Like, you think that's why I've been much happier not playing ranked. I haven't played ranked in I don't know, it's like 2017 summer. I played ranked in a long time. I'm doing that.
I only played 6 ranked games this year, actual ranked. Mm-hmm. I'm 1-5. The one game we won is because I had to go berserk mode on Varus.
You doing your provisional to see what rank you land? The 10 games, right? I think. Or they changed that?
No, they changed it.
Because back when I was doing it, you'd play like 10 games for provisionals, and then how good you did landed you in whatever rank. There was a year I went 0-10. My provisionals dropped me in bronze 5, and I was like, okay. All right, this is gonna be fun. Finding out this shit.
They might have changed that before I got there because I was like, "Yeah, I'm not playing this shit." Mm-hmm. They keep putting me with fucking people that can't even beat bots. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done."
All right, let's go over the LEC games. That's what you guys are here for. All right, let's do. Okay, so keep in mind this is just the first 2 days of the split for this LEC 2024 summer split. Keep that in mind. Okay, so. The way you see a team, the way you view a team is drastically going to change going from best of ones all the way into best of threes. Also, keep in mind, best of ones is a small sample size to see how strong a team really is because best of ones have no adaptation. It's just whoever shows up on the day is just the team that does better. That's it. That's how it goes, right? So, which team do you want to talk about first? At least the ones that we're interested in right now, given what we've just seen. Let's just do Vitality. Let's go with them first. Vitality suck.
Oh yeah,
it's very quite possible they even regressed.
Oh no, they definitely regressed. I don't know how they did it, but they regressed.
Are you opening pack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah. They regressed bad though. Because in a sense, they regressed bad.
Because they brought in that new jungler. What's his name? Linkus. Yeah, so they brought this new jungler in over Douglas, and this is a problem that them and GX are going to go through. When you bring in a random new player, right here at this moment in time in summer, when it's supposed to be kind of a ramp-up split to get you to playoffs and whatever position you're going to be in playoffs to fight for how long your season's going to go. You're going to be going through this kind of issue where if you implement a jungler into your team, well, now the jungler has to kind of figure out, okay, how am I going to play with this player? How am I going to play with that player? How am I going to play with this other player, right? So when I'm looking at these Vitality games so far, just from the ones I've seen, like the one against fucking hell, the one against Rogue, actually, I think earlier today was just really, really bad. Like I guess Rogue and Vitality are competing to be like the worst teams in the league still, because Karzi and Hillisang were just getting constantly out traded. I really honestly don't know why Vitality has still chosen to keep Hillisang on their roster. He doesn't even offer any actual gameplay that advances their way of their, like, you know, how they play macro. Just constantly still dying. His engages are insanely bad. Today against Rogue, Vetio had some nice like dancing moves on Yone.
Yep.
Other than that, like, Vitality just looked off. Like even Photon, who's usually pretty good, looked kind of off today. Like I don't know that implementing a brand new jungler in the most crucial split was probably the best idea. Now, keep in mind,
No.
sure, preferences people, it's only been fucking 2 days. They could easily turn it around tomorrow leading into week 3. I'm just talking about the games I've seen today, and it looks like these guys are just fucking done playing with each other, honestly. It quite literally looks like that. This gameplay is absolutely atrocious. Also, Karzi really shouldn't be on Ziggs. Okay, that's just bad just in general. He just should not be on Ziggs. There's no way you can impact the game like that. And then the only way he was able to impact the game was because he stole the Baron randomly from Rogue. He just threw his ult and stole it. That was the only highlight from this game that you'd even care about from Vitality. Is the AD carry, their best player, who's on Ziggs, a champion he's not good at, stole a Baron. And Rogues still aren't good themselves. Rogue, you could tell, are just, they might be a little bit more stronger than last split, but they're not by a huge margin. I just don't see right now what Vitality can do to improve their gameplay, except, I don't know, just randomly flipping fights, because LEC is getting a little bit more to the point where teams are just struggling to close out. You know, now we've gotten to the point of the LEC where not only can we not play anything properly, teams are struggling to like just close out games. Like they're struggling to legitimately close out games, like taking inhibs properly, taking Barons is a lot better than last split and Winter. But I don't know. What is your general thoughts about the LEC that you've seen so far just in these first few days?
Okay. Rogue looks a little bit better. Vitality's bad. Current Corp has a good upside. G2 is G2. They're gonna lose some games, win some games. SK looks good, but let's wait. Let's wait till week 2. Fnatic. They always look good, but Noah's never going to be the reason why they win. Well, TY Radix is TY Radix. They're going to be in the middle. Giant X trash. Who else? But yeah, Vitality should have got rid of Douglas to the end of the season.
Yeah,
Bad Lions look bad too. They just, I don't know what's going on with them. Like,
we knew this would happen. We knew it happened. Yeah, we knew it. It just took a lot longer to happen than we thought, but it did happen eventually. You know, they thought, hey, we have this new roster that's not going to argue with El Yoya, our star player, and well, this is the result you get. Actually,
yeah, you get a bunch of players that like listen to him every word, and El Yoya he ain't the smartest player on the team. Like, he should not be the smartest player on the team. Like, it's always said, when you are the smartest person in the room, get a new room, you never want to be the smartest person in the room when you know you're not the smartest person in the room. That is the sad part about it.
So, that's it for me for Vitality. It looked just so hopeless for them. Like, they would try stuff, it would fail. They would try stuff, it would backfire. They would try stuff, it would kind of work out, but they didn't properly know how to push it forward. Oh, remember when their jungler flashed in place to the Ashe arrow?
Yep.
Oh my God, he flashed in place. I don't know if he's nervous on stage. That might have just been pure nerves. This is only his first 2 days on stage. But he straight up flashed into an ult that guaranteed was not going to hit him. Like, that's pretty cringe right there. Hylissang randomly goes in, kills himself. Like, okay. That's the state of Vitality we have here. Just peak shit. That's what Vitality is. Just peak shit right now. Will they improve? For their help, say they should. I mean, for their sake, I hope they do. But I really seriously doubt this team has any level of strength. I mean, who knows? They might flip it around and start going on a win streak, and Hylissang might end up being an MVP level candidate for support later on the split. Yep. What team do you want to talk about next? Mad Lions. Yeah. So Mad Lions, they had a really back and forth game with G2. They got, I would say, how would you say this? They got out macroed because their team just has no sense of macro at all. And I thought that's a big problem with a lot of the LEC teams now too, is the sense of macro and how to play out the game is really bad, especially with a lot of these LEC teams. That's their biggest weakness in general. Like they do not know how to play out certain situations good at all. And then you have Mad Lions who are able to fight G2 in the early game, or even get a 2v2 kill on Hansam and Mickey X. Mickey X pulling out the Taric in game 1. The Taric. I was like, okay, he pulling out my boy Taric. And then the G2 team is just stronger as the game goes on, you know? And it's the problem with the Mad Lions roster, we've highlighted throughout the year, is that this is what happens when you bring just random new players into a roster together to play in the LEC. There's always been a problem with the LEC. They keep wanting to try out just random new players because they're thinking like, oh, we're going to have the next caps every single fucking time we try this. It doesn't ever happen. You get like 1, maybe 2 players that end up on a level like that in a different position. Because the draft was really bad. So they go for Twisted Fate, Zyro Jungle, Azir, Senna, and Nautilus.
Yeah.
Like, there's some setup there. You have the TF Gold card, you have the Zyra root, you have Senna root, you have Nautilus hook. There's a lot of setup there, but not a lot of consistent damage. You know, there's not a lot of damage there that you can reliably rely on to burst someone down. You're hoping, hey, Nautilus catches some guy, Zyra catches them, then our Azir shreds them, or we poke them down. They're like a nice setup poke comp there, but these kind of comps like crumble as the game goes on because when people get their items, the other champions are generally pretty stronger. Doesn't really matter if you poke them out, they could just all in you. Broken Blade had Camille. Camille could just all in Twisted Fate with her hook shot against the wall where she could ult him. Wei is really good into Azir, he can just fight from a distance. And then you have Taric to shield their engage comp and then go in. That's essentially it, right? Then Mad Lions against Karmine Corp. That was, wow. Did you see that game?
Yeah.
Mad Lions are winning the entire game. And then they just throw. Karmine Corp didn't even deserve to win that game. They're just bad. Like, Merwin was strong when the split first started in winter. Alvaro showed some strength, some really good promise when winter started. Supa and Frescowie never really showed the level that Merwin and Alvaro did, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just been a consistent downward trajectory for this roster. Now they're sitting at 0-2. And people need to understand, in this part of the format, if you do not scrape some wins early on, you do not want to wait till like week 3 to start picking up some wins. Because who do they face tomorrow coming up after we do this episode? I think they face Fnatic, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I think, let me check right now. No, they actually face Team Heretics. And Team Heretics, I'm pretty sure they should be able to get that because they've been playing a lot better than them. Yeah, so you're looking at a 0-3 potentially tomorrow, and they're obviously the last game. So Yeah, Mad Lions, I've just all but given up hope on them for the most part. They for them to even somewhat convince me they can even win games, you have to, like, I don't know, win a fucking game. I want to show you guys how bad this was today. I was watching this shit live. I'm watching this shit live, and I'm like, I'm wasting my 30-minute, my only 30-minute break on watching this shit. I really thought to myself, damn, I could just like consume this later on, and it wouldn't have changed absolutely nothing.
I was watching Pokemon at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna just turn back to Pokemon. And I'm not gonna lie, Pokemon was much more entertaining than some of these league games. I was like, okay. I was like, that's how bad some of these games were today. I was watching Pokemon Go. I was like, fuck, Pokemon Go actually looks a little fun. It's quick though. Pokemon Go is a best of 5. It's not like BO3 like the VGC or TCG. It's best of 5 with double elimination. That's you got winner bracket, you got winner finals, loser finals, and then grand finals. And in order for the guy who came from the loser finals to win, he has to beat the winner finals twice. He has to win 3 games and then win another 3 games in order, because then he has to reset the bracket. But like today, American dominance today. Everybody that won was in America, United States, from the good old USA. The juniors, the seniors, the masters, all American, I believe.
This game, Mad Lions are winning the entire thing. They didn't get to a point in the game where they killed Closer, they killed the new mid laner Vladdy, and they killed Targamas. This right here, it should just be over. Why in the world are you diving? You just need to hit the damn towers. Then you lost your way. First of all, they could just end the game right here. I don't know why. First, I don't know why they would treat it right there. You get in the game right there. Why are we retreating? Why are you retreating in this position?
Today was the day of people dead. Today was the day of throws and almost throws. Like,
I want this. I had to watch this live. They could just end right here. They could just end. There's 3 dead. You just get the inhibitor like he's doing. Why are we diving? You don't need to just don't dive no one. Just hit the turrets. The game's over.
With the Jinx and Gragas, you gotta be careful because that.
There's 4 of them. There's no way. Did he still have his ult, honestly? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, both of them still had the ult.
Had his ult and didn't use it. He didn't have his ult. Who started their ult? LeBlanc did. Ash ult down. Okay, so the only ults they had is Cassante and LeBlanc. Oh, yeah, no, Jinx can't threaten you. LeBlanc could just be just W2 her and E her. There's just no way you shouldn't be ending the game at this point.
But with Gragas there, Gragas could interrupt that. That's why you gotta be careful.
No, I'm saying there's 4 people here. Gragas is only going to be able to interrupt 1 person. There's no way they should be able to, like, not lose the game in this position. I don't know why they recall. This is so bad.
No, it makes sense why they recall.
There's no way. There's 4 people here. All they have is Jinx and Gragas. No one respawns here. Closer's dead. Hold on, so that's 11 seconds. That's 11 seconds. That's 11. Unless they're thinking, hey, we can't close this in time for them to respawn and they'll just ace us. Oof. And then they do Baron after, and then they go to try to securely end, and then they just get killed themselves. Again, they only just killed Rexa this time around. So now Karmine Corp's comp is exponentially getting stronger because of scaling. Yeah. Jinx obviously outscales Ashe insanely hard, and if you do not focus Ashe in a team fight, or you can't have any reliable way of diving her, then it's just going to be a nightmare for you. Like right here, YuGiOh gets caught out. It's just a series of just bad plays. I don't even know how you get to this point. Like Karmine Corp has looked like bad. I don't know if people know this is also not a good team either. This team is bad themselves. The fact that you have the only reason why they won this is because Mad Lions are idiots. This is not a win. You're sitting there going like, man, I'm super convinced this team's good.
I'm gonna tell you why Karmine Corp should be happy. I'm gonna tell you why Karmine Corp. I'm gonna disagree with that. I think Karmine Corp should be happy because their main thing is they scaled to where they needed to get to. Mad Lions went they went a little passive towards the mid to late game. They say, all right, cool. They didn't want to take any unnecessary risk. But the issue is, I would have pushed to try to get that second tower down. I would have pushed for game. I would have pushed to get, if you get that second tower down, all it takes is one good TP and you win. But they didn't get that second tower down, and that's what cost them. Because you got two tanks on top, Ash and Ro, who's so tanky. And Ash, you got Ro, who's tanky. Sejuani, who's a tank, who does damage, and Cassandra, like who's just
So my thing right here is so it's this part of the game. For Scowies, oh Lord jeez. Why is LeBlanc the one that's fed behind here when she should be threatening to blow up one of these squishier targets in the team?
Yeah.
That's already criminal. There's the main reason why people understand the main reason why Upset has to play far back is because he's scared LeBlanc will one up and one shot him. She literally just goes W and E and he'll lock you and chain and she'll just Q and he'll be insta dead. There is no reason why he should be even close to scared of them. He's the main reason why you could even be in this position. YuGiOh makes kind of sense why he's right here. He probably feels like, hey, we could just go take on the turret. It's not that hard, right? And he's get insta chunked out. Merwin is right here, not really getting anything done. He needs to be in right here to peel. He tried to get to Upset. He missed his Q. And then they're just not committing. They have a comp that can actually win this. They're just not committing properly.
Seriously. They do. But like that, like I said, Gragas and Jingle combo is disgusting if you're able to connect at the right time with those two. That's why I went with 4v2. One bad placement and Madeline gets 8, even with those two, because LeBlanc has to hit it. And LeBlanc misses. And Fresco is not one of those
teams. You think he's gonna miss?
Yeah, Fresco, yes. That's why I was like, okay, it's 4v2. It's 4v2 with the Gragas that could just admitted he even tries to hook on the Jinx. You just not W, you E.
I wonder if he still was alt at that moment in time.
Not even alt, just E. If you just E, you can knock LeBlanc off.
Well, they didn't know this, but he still did have his alt. I don't, and Upset still had his, but they have 3 summoners. He didn't even have Flash. That's even unless he places his chompers correctly on one target where he doesn't get jumped on.
Because
I don't know.
Because
I feel like they didn't. I don't know if they played that situation. They played
it a little too defensively. They were aiming. Okay, let's just get this first tower. Come back and get the second tower. What you should have done is split. Have 2-2 take off the towers, because if both towers go down at that point, now
they have to the Nexus. They have to step up so they don't lose the game. Yeah,
because all you need to do is have Ash not Ash. Okay, who's doing? Okay. Who has teleport? Cassandra.
And LeBlanc. You just threaten the TP to end the game. They should have at least have gotten that second tower down. They have 2 champions there with TP. You get the second turret down. You threaten with TP, you could just end the game. Like if they step out of their base, he just TPs in there and he just potentially just threatens to end. But all the things that they should have did, which they easily could have, they didn't do. Now Jinx starts scaling. Merwin tries to TP right here. YuGiOh is clearing out wards right here. But this is the thing that Karmine Corp's comp does get the benefit of. Alistar in a choke point. Dragus in a choke point. Now, their comp is in prime position to team fight good. Keep in mind, Upset missed his Mega Dex Rocket. He didn't even kill anybody with it. He was randomly just using it in this game for no reason whatsoever, just to scout vision or whatever. He doesn't even die. He just cleanses out. They had not ended the game so badly where his flash came up again. His flash is up now. Ah, shit. And now the game's over. A complete throw. I don't know how Mad Lions look at themselves and go like, damn, we should have really lost that game. You suck. You people are trash.
I want to say Karmine Corp should be proud of themselves for winning this game, because it was like you took advantage of a team that got a little scary at the end.
Mad Lions have become the next SK. That's what SK did a lot of games last split too. They had prime positions to win, just completely threw them for no reason other than they just.
But SK was never scared. They were just stupid. Mad Lions were just scared. They were scared to push that second tower. You can look at how they were barely hitting the first tower. Like they were playing it defensively. Like they were playing not to lose. SK was like, we're going to be aggressive, and just keep fucking up. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It was like,
remember the one against BDS where they just the Zeri is like all ending the Olaf. What are you doing? What level of crack do you have to smoke be doing that?
Mad Lions need to be more aggressive. SK needs to be less aggressive. It's like, holy shit, dude. It's like when motherfuckers be driving, it's like, man, you got a curve, you about to hit the wall, but they hit the wall anyway, and they just keep driving because they're like, fuck it, I'm not dead. I'm like,
right.
What are you doing? Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
And that's the problem with the game is Mad Lions themselves had a lot of tools that they could have used to easily win this game. They had all the right tools to win. They just did not understand what to do at the right moment to win. That's really just all it is. Like, this is their game to lose, honestly. I mean, Karmine Corp got a win. They're probably happy about that, but damn, that is a win. I'm fucking, the coaches ain't happy about that. That's bad. Oh yeah. Because I was trying to see like what other ults do they have? Yeah, Ash Super still has his ult. Yeah, good lord, even that's crazy too. He had some nice. Okay, used it then. Okay, yeah, that game. Woo, that is. Some days I gotta pick and choose if I want to watch these games live because this shit gives me a stroke.
The only game I fully watched live was the G2 SK. Every other one I watched part of it live, but I was just so entranced to watching Pokemon. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Because that's the good thing about NESC being New Orleans. The matches didn't start to like 10:30. I was like, oh shit, okay. Because the stream started at 9:45. I was like, all right, cool, that's me. Because sometimes I'm used to waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh no, you get to sleep in. And then I fell asleep during the seniors match of the TCG. That shit was so boring. I was like, yeah, Snorlax Stalvers. I was like, oh, Snorlax? All right, I'm taking a sleep during this round. Hour 15, woke up late. It was like, I woke up during the Masters match. I was like, what the fuck? Damn, how long have I been asleep for? Oh, 2 hours. Like, shit. Woke up right at time. That was good. Those are good matches.
Let's go and talk about SK. So SK's new bot lane debuted. Raheel and Luan, what's their names?
Yeah.
They actually look pretty good. For just games I've saw so far, they've looked pretty good. I'm still very, very out on Izuma. I don't think he's good at all, really. Izuma and Niski, oof, God, man. What's irrelevant? Still good. Hopefully he gets a way better team than what he's on right now, or at least a better offer from a better org.
Still good, but he's playing a little reckless now.
He just trying to get stuff done. I understand. You gotta make something happen. I get it. Yeah. Well, SK managed to start 2-0. They beat. Let me see. They beat G2, and then now they also beat, who did they beat? They beat Rogue, right? They beat Rogue and G2. Now, this is the good thing about SK right now is that since you've already beaten G2, that is a very crucial match because if you have a hard schedule in the following week, you already knocked out G2, might make your life a little bit more easy because tomorrow they're going to play against Giant X. It's very likely they end 3-0. It's hard to say how strong they are because they always do this. They'll start off kind of strong and then kind of fall off later on. So I'm going to kind of monitor when the fall off point might be. But so far from these two games, even in the G2 game, G2 had moments where they easily turned the game on its head again.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. It's just SK's comp was just better. It's just happened to be a better comp like that.
Yeah, it just got a little too far ahead.
Like, they just had no damage in G2's comp at a certain point. It was like, okay. Like, I know those games with no damage. Good Lord.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Duffel with Varus was like, fuck. It's like, damn, now I'm not supposed to be the dangerous person, but now I got to be the dangerous person. It's like, I'm trying to build attack speed, but it's like, I got to build attack speed and damage because our freaking Tristana sucks, just keeps itching. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not playing with that. I'll report you. If you suck on Tristana, I'm reporting you immediately. I'm like, this what you doing with Tristana? Everybody wanted Tristana. You kept her for yourself, and you sucked. Okay, report it immediately.
Yeah, because Yeah, because G2's comp is Cassante, Rek'Sai, Azir, Varus, Mickey, and Poppy for Mickey. SK had Gnar, Sejuani, fucking hell, Wei, Callista, and Renata.
Yeah, no, that was disgusting. Yeah, no,
Yeah. SK comp this comp is just better. Like they're not even gonna get close to Poppy. Poppy would just get constantly outkited. I understand why Mickey X plays Poppy support. It's got a lot of good utility, a lot of good setup, a lot of just easy just execution in terms of like.
And he fits that the way he plays. Poppy fits. It's not like when Kira plays Poppy. Like Kira's too erratic to play Poppy. Kira can play Ash support and make it work, not Poppy. It's like because Kira wants to do a lot of stuff. Poppy doesn't let you do a lot of stuff. You do 36. You dock people to the wall and you smash them with a hammer. That's it. Like Kira might as well just like roll swap to the ADC and the way he be playing sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like I thought he wanted to be the ADC too, and I'm like, okay, I guess you get two ADCs.
No. There was games where they said Gooby usually wasn't feeling well. I was like, oh, okay, that's not gonna feel like he.
Maybe they should have given Carry a MF support. That'd be kind of cool. I would love to see him play that shit. I don't know if people still do that anymore, but MF support used to be a pretty huge thing, actually.
He does that. He does that in Korean Soul Kills, and people would know it's him too, just by the way he be playing. They would be like, "Is this?" And then he doesn't respond, and they just kill him. Like he'll just hide in a bush like during like team fight, and then all you see is bullets coming out off some like body and Clyde shit, and motherfucker and just like imagine motherfucker hiding in the bush. You come near the bush, and then all you see is like bullets flying off some body and Clyde shit, and next you know, catch a kill. So I was like, God damn.
The last few teams we'll talk about is we'll start with GX, YuGiOh GX, generation shit. This org sucks. God. This team is trash. I'm sorry. Like they went, okay, Otawamne, you are playing bad. Let's get the Antonio and this guy's obviously, you know, the should we said about Vitality, bringing someone new at the most crucial moment. He looks like he is so scared to even press abilities on stage. He looks so just like this is so different to his brain. Like they put him on Zach, they put him on Ornn. It's obviously not the most carry. It's like just set up, go in, knock up, do basic shit. Well, he can't do any of that shit right now. Then they brought over the world champion Juhan from DRX. Another Korean jungler. He's obviously better than Peach. I think he's mechanically better at the game for sure. It's not really helped him out. Patrick and Ignar, just stop. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. It's bot lane's terrible to watch, man. Jackie's playing a little bit better. He had that really good Varus game today. He looked really good on Varus. But other than that, I was like, nah, this looks pretty rough for this team. Fnatic, I can't really say much about yet. I want to say this is probably the best start they've had to any of these splits so far. But we have this thing that we've mentioned with Fnatic is we got to temper our expectations when it comes to someone like them. Because I don't know when it's gonna come crumbling down. Like the crowd is like cheering for Noah. Like, bro, y'all are chilling for a trash ADC. Even in some of these fights, he's not doing as well. I really don't. I just don't get it, honestly. But I get it. That's what fans. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that. I mean, that's pretty much it. Just from these first 2 days of gameplay. Actually, tomorrow I'll have a much better read on Fnatic. Given their next game, they are playing up against. Well, let's see. Let me see what game they're playing up against. Let me see what their match tomorrow. Their match tomorrow is against Vitality. Yeah, they'll probably finish 3-0. Vitality is terrible. Vitality actually just dog shit, actually. So G2 against BDS tomorrow. Giant X versus SK. So yeah, SK and Fnatic, given how their matches might play out tomorrow, should end the week undefeated. And then you have G2 BDS. What's crazy is G2, I know they'll ramp up. as the split happens. I don't think they care about the regular season all that much or where they might be standing in because, for them it's playoffs and win. We've seen it too many times at this point. But then again, do you think they'll lose enough games to the point where, like in week 3 when we have this show, we're like, there's a good chance they might even make to the next round? I don't know about that. I don't know if they'll ever drop that far.
Even that, they got too many points where some of these teams can't even catch them, even if they win the split. That's how far they're ahead. Some of these teams could win the whole split and might not even make either finals.
Yeah.
Imagine winning the summer split and don't have enough points to win either finals. That's 4 teams are in that position where you can win and still not do shit. Oh, it's good you won summer. Yeah, sorry. We have to leave you out. You didn't qualify with enough points. I'm like, damn.
Ugh.
Man, how you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. On some Chris Brown shit. Oh shit, that's what it is.
What do you feel about BDS? I mean, Ice got a pentakill today on Jinx.
Ice is their best player. It's not even close.
I'm just not hyped on BDS at all, ever. It's just so BDS
is the team. BDS is the team that should be better than they are, but they always find a way to lose in the most crucial points. BDS honestly could have easily think about it. They were 2-0 up on Fnatic, and then they just started like doing the Adrian Chenik challenge. Just started choking, just like
not in a good way.
Not in a good way. It's like I was like, God, motherfuckers just choking on like a fat cock. Just holy smokes, guys. I was like, hey guys, man, you're supposed to win a game, right? Nope. Mm-hmm. Just choking. I was like, yep. That's BDS for you.
They've just seemed they're so bland to me. It's just the same shit. They'll just be all right.
They'll be up 2-0. All right. They'll be up 2-0 and it blows. Oh, wait, how the back-to-back years, back-to-back splits.
Yeah.
You have a chance to get to either the finals or win the finals. You're up. You literally need one game. And you decided to play 3 extra games and not win a damn one of them. Mm-hmm. God. All you had to do was just win one more game, you sons of bitches. One more game. Mm-hmm. Nope, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, man. All they had to do was win one more game. That's BS. That's BS's that's their slogan. One more game. That's all they need. Yep.
Yeah, because the thing is, BDS have been in positions to make finals, but not like win finals, but at least outside of the Mad Lions one last year, they've had positions where they could have been in finals. They just they just stumbled at the very last minute too.
Yeah.
And this split, I'm looking at their first 2 games right now. It's like, nope, this is the same BDS. They'll just be all right. That's just what BDS is. They're just all right.
Exactly.
It's just like, fuck. All right, this is the same BDS I'm going to get, except Ice's. If you swapped Ice and Noah on Fnatic would look a lot better. Just saying.
Yeah.
At least you have someone who's consistently pumping out damage, and Noah's consistently pumping KFC fucking chicken wings into his fucking stomach, but,
Hey,
Well, that wraps it up for the first 2 days of the LEC 2024 summer split as it kicked off. Keep in mind, just going over the first games as they are. So obviously, when we have the show on Thursday, we'll go over Monday's games, and we'll have the place where we go over like the LCS stuff coming up. That's pretty much it. Is there anything else that ended up happening? Not newsworthy? No, I don't think there was any big news that happened, right? No,
nothing really.
Nope, you're right. Yeah, I checked. Well, there was some FPX news, but we'll talk about that later because that'll go to a whole another can of worms. We were supposed to play League last night, guys. I saw the message late. I was on the stream with Iron because there was a crazy thing that ended up happening. Yeah. But Strider told me, and I was like, "Fuck! Why are motherfuckers so weird?"
Yeah, I was like, yeah, after I played like 2 games and I went to sleep. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to sleep early and wake up, watch some
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon, watch some I forgot what Pokemon and they had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Italian nationals or something like that this morning. I watched some of that. Not
Mm-hmm.
bad. If
Okay.
guess it was in the final of the Italian nationals.
Mm-hmm.
Snake Eyes in the finals. Mirror match.
Did you think it was
And,
going to
and
be
then
anything else?
motherfuckers was like, oh, this format's ruined by Tenpai Dragons. Shut your stupid ass up. I mean, you got your opinion, but sometimes like listen to your opinion and like really listen to yourself. Really, that's the deck that's ruining the format. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
it's going to ruin it for the future game if it's even good. It's a going second deck that has to like attack. Like, I mean, if it doesn't go off, it doesn't go off. It loses.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah, it right now the LEC is too G2 until someone beats them, and I don't see anybody
Hmm.
beating them. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Let's say G2 go 1-2 this week. I would say like the gameplay hasn't been as good as we know it can be. It's just what it is. But then again, Broken Blade has actually played very good. I will say that Broken Blade has played very
yeah,
good, honestly. And you saw this even in the SK Gaming game that they had. They could easily turn games on its head and
yeah,
potentially win them. We can see it. And so it's like I'm not counting out G2. I'm just not. Unless G2 are officially out of the round moving forward, I'm not doing it. Nope. I don't think the
yeah,
teams are anywhere close good enough to do that shit. Not even close. These teams can barely play out macro situations where a fucking team can't even hit a Nexus turret with 4 people. It's like, I'm supposed to believe that team is good. No way. Fuck that. But also, man, anything else you want to say before we head out, actually?
nothing too much, man. I'm out here watching Yu-Gi-Oh. That game is so trash right now. It's like if y'all still playing for the love of the game, God bless you. But if you out here saying, "Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's still good," yeah, yeah, people need Jesus. That game's damn near dead at this point.
Just
Like
Yu-Gi-Oh. You're saying, right? It's gonna be dead.
it like it's not dead, but my God, it's on life support. Like people are leaving. Like I just realized down on the couch out here playing Locana. Christian Reina, who just won back to back, he won back to back YCS is playing Locana now. He went back to back. I think he got back to back top 32 placements, 2 wins, and a top 32 placement at YCSs. Went to Arcana and just says the pricing is just so much infinitely better over here. I was like, oh, he might not come back. Andre Torres is out here um, playing Pokemon, getting like top 32. Kamal Crooks getting feature matches round one, just dominating players and shit. You're like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And then people say, oh, why Yu-Gi-Oh? Why people leaving Yu-Gi-Oh? Better pricing, just better overall, just support, like in a sense,
Yeah,
just
because I
like
wanted to
that's
ask you. I want to pinning on
yeah,
tonight because I can't DM this person because he isn't following me on Twitter. I can't DM people unless they follow me on Twitter because I'm suspended for until Friday actually.
yeah.
Unless we might have a chance to do an Iron Man podcast episode tonight,
No,
actually, in
yeah.
about like 20 minutes. Because you want to go over
I
that the Cali effect video that he did recently.
Cali Effect video. It's just Cali Effect and Met Calvary. They both have the same video, but they have slightly different opinion on how different ways on their take on why like why Yu-Gi-Oh is in the state it is. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was a video I was going to do a video where I watched both of them do a part one and part two. They just break down
Mhm.
the parts and all that. But
You got
yeah,
any videos you know let the people know about before we head out, actually? Or
um,
that's the content you've got set
pretty
out
much
for all night and you're
that
good.
is it's pretty much just gonna be Yu-Gi-Oh content talk about why it's gonna be like 4 parts. It's gonna be Rare Collection. It's gonna be part one. Why Rare Collection sucks and why I won't spend money on Yu-Gi-Oh. Just buy singles. I won't even buy packs anymore. I love opening packs just to see what I pull. It's for the love of the content. Part two is gonna be why the game sucks, and part three is gonna be me detailing why I love Yu-Gi-Oh. But it's not gonna be like, oh my god, Yu-Gi-Oh sucks. It's gonna be just me bringing in information on why I've moved over to Pokemon. The second, and while Pokemon or Arcana were my two choices that I would go to pick when I left, and like with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's just like people are not enjoying it anymore. It's like I still play Yu-Gi-Oh. I still love Yu-Gi-Oh. To me, it has the best gameplay out of all the games. It's the easiest, the simplest. It's just the most exciting to watch. Pokemon is exciting, but there's no interaction between opponents. Like unless you Iona or Roxanne, those are only interactions, and that's usually done on your turn. Like I told people, Yu-Gi-Oh interactions just is like second to none. Like no game could be better than Yu-Gi-Oh. But Konami's not giving a
Yeah, I remember. Well, we'll talk about it on the other episode of the show coming up. But I remember Cody Angelov was a guy who had a lot of success in Yu-Gi-Oh, talking about a lot of people are leaving. He's been playing the new Disney trading card game.
No. Cody
Arena?
Angelov, no. Okay. If we do the second one, I'll tell you who's moved over to what. No, he's doing One Piece. He moved over to One Piece. There's a lot more people moving over to Arcana because it's cheaper to get into. They're both slightly expensive. Pokemon's the cheapest. Like Pokemon, like what is it? I can tell you real quick today how much did that cost.
Yeah, we'll do it in the next one. We'll do it in the next one. Okay. So, as we head out of this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, I just want to say thank you to every single person that has subscribed to the channel and just been enjoying the content. I've got a lot of content I've actually done. I just haven't had the time to just edit it and put it up for you guys. So the content's done. It's done. I recorded it. I did what I said I was going to do. It's done. I just have to get the time to edit the videos and put them out for you guys. So you guys are seeing a lot more content come up in the coming days for this week, actually. And just want to let you guys know what's going to be coming up very, very soon. So the Iron Man podcast 500 episode special will be on YouTube. That will happen, okay? But given how I planned out the schedule so far, we're going to see what day that lands on. It's going to be either not this week coming up, but the following week after that. So it's either going to be potentially on Tuesday or Wednesday, okay? The Cloud9 podcast VODs are currently being uploaded to Rumble. So if you just wanted to watch the show on Rumble, whenever it does drop there. Currently, right now, I'm uploading season 1 of the show. It's gonna take a little bit of time because they just process way slower over there, but it's able to do it. So Cloud9 podcast VODs on Rumble. And then I am uploading the newest episodes of the Iron Man podcast and Cloud9 podcast on the podcasting platform. So if you're watching these episodes on the podcasting platforms, whenever they're uploaded to those platforms, then just obviously enjoy them. There's a lot of great conversations, a lot of great laughs you want to be involved in when it comes to these shows. And you guys, I put this out on Twitter before I got suspended for a week, was that, did you guys want me to make a gaming channel where I just upload like game reviews and playthroughs over there? You guys want me to do that, so I'll do that actually. So we're gonna have a channel for like just pop culture content as far as like news, discussions, all that stuff. Then we'd have one for just Yu-Gi-Oh! We'd have one for comics and manga, and then we have one for gaming, and I think that'll be like our Exodia right there. And we have also like Twitch and Rumble and all the other stuff as well. So yes, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Iron Man podcast. Make sure to leave a like on this episode if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or we go live. And make sure, if you're a returning viewer or a new viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And we will see you guys in the next one. The next episode of the Cloud9 podcast is coming up this Thursday at 7 p.m. PST. We'll be going over the games from the LEC 2024 Summer Split week 1, day 3. and then we'll be going over the what are we going over? Oh, sorry. We'll be going over we'll be doing an LCS 2024 summer split tier list actually before then. So, yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Deuces. Peace.